Learning is defined as any relatively permanent change in behavior, thoughts, or feeling that result from experience. Explicit formal learning is not always easy to do since humans are more naturally inclined to learn implicitly in informal settings. Project learning works against this background. It's a teaching method in which students gain knowledge and skills by working for an extended period of time to investigate and respond to an authentic, engaging, and complex questions, problems, or challenge. Effective teaching is much more than the insights provided by cognitive science. There is creativity, empathy, and an art of how to respond and answer questions. Project-based learning uses approaches such as inquiry and problem-based. Inquiry-based learning is seeking truth. It starts with questioning, continues with explorations, and ends with solution. It often starts with deep questions that are mostly asked by students. In traditional classroom, the teacher asks questions whose answers can be found easily in textbooks. The entire question of inquiry-based is to encourage students to research and to develop higher-order thinking. Students are encouraged to question arguments, viewpoints, ideas, and generate new questions. The questions asked in inquiry-based approach should be non-Googleable driven questions that cannot be answered by Google. It should train the students to use tools to answer questions. For this to happen, schools need to have workshops, as we have seen in How School Visit. An example is how to design a new chair. Problem-based learning deals with more practical, authentic problems and tries to come up with possible solutions. Problems such as how to provide the best care for elderly people in their hometown or how to improve access to public building. To facilitate the application of problem-based learning, workshops and design factories should be an essential part of the learning environment. An example of problem-based approach is how to train dogs to detect cancer in the early stages of the disease or how to tackle the problem of plastic waste as we have seen in Alto Design Factory. Both inquiry-based and problem-based approaches focus on problem solving, critical thinking, and information processing skills. Group work is also an important part of both, and the two approaches are closely related and often overlap. There is no right or wrong answers. Each solution has its own merits. This could be a new departure for most teachers in Kurdistan who deal with factual knowledge. Unfortunately, project-based learning is not introduced or understood, let alone applied in most Kurdistan schools and universities. Another problem is lack of collaboration between the job market and the education sector. We are ambitious and hopeful that our mission will be a foundation stone in the introduction and application of project-based approach in Kurdistan.